Don't worry, I will come by tomorrow and make sure this man notices me. Date Everything is a simulation that takes its puns to the next level. We have full freedom over how we interact with all 100 objects in our world. We can even date them, and our actions will also shape our own personality. So if you are ready for a lot of silliness and a splash of romance, let's have a look at the game together. Thanks a bunch to Team 17 for the early review copy. I have been waiting for this game for a long time.
Congratulations! Your degree in customer service has rewarded you with a remote job at Valdivian, one of the foremost megacorporations of our times.
I start my new job in customer service, so first things first, I have to get to my computer. Already feels like a very familiar scenario to me. And these notes on the board apparently reflect my goals. I'm here to find love, make friends, and make enemies. This will probably be pretty important later on. I realize I can interact with most objects in the room, so of course I had to take the chance to play around with everything I could find before getting any work done. Getting distracted is certainly my specialty. Finally at my desk, my new boss immediately lets me know that they only picked me because I had the fewest spelling mistakes.
Out of the 30-ish job applications we didn't immediately burn, yours had the least spelling errors. You're joining us at a very exciting time, and we're all rooting for your success.
My apparently best friend in the world, Sam, tells me that all I have to do is put up with people's BS, suck it all up, and keep smiling. Hey, I'm actually pretty good at that, so that's a great start to my new career. I quickly get a pop-up that lets me know my very first tasks of the day, which almost turn out as expected.
Hello, I purchased this book and I'm extremely angry about it. Is there a manager I can speak to?
For some reason, I also get the option to ask all of them out on a date instead, because that's apparently just how desperate I am. But I'm trying to stay professional and first say sorry to everyone even when none of it is my fault, and then offer refunds to everybody. But my career takes a pretty sudden end as my boss lets me know that AI is going to replace me very soon. I guess this is the point where you're supposed to laugh at a joke if it only didn't feel so real. At least in this game it doesn't faze me all that much, so I get off my desk as I am about to get fired anyways. I get a weird message from someone who claims to be a hacker, and I pretend to be scared.
No need to fear. Hi, I'm just an anonymous hacker sending you a package.
As promised, I get a package delivered to my front door that contains glasses that allow me to communicate with objects and literally date everything. Now, this is what I've been waiting for.
But I'm not just any pair of glasses. I'm here to help you out.
Our rose-colored glasses are very beautiful and also single, by the way, which is why I register her as my first dateable object. So while wearing my Date-viator glasses, I can aim and shoot hearts at my desired object to initiate a conversation. This all feels very sudden and I'm not ready for it. But Skylar doesn't care and tries to set me up with the guy next door, in a literal sense, because this charming but slightly intimidating object is a door named Dorian.
No funny business. I don't want to see those spectacles being used for something untoward.
He certainly has a great voice, but he's also giving big bouncer energy, and I can feel myself wanting to escape the situation. I simply don't know what to reply, so I openly tell him that I'd like to skip this particular conversation. And for some reason, Dorian really likes my honesty, and we immediately become friends. Another pretty cool thing is that I seem to have a personality that gets shaped based on my stats and interactions with each character. I am already loving this, and apparently I just gained 5 points for poise. Next, I get to meet my phone, who really seems to like my puppy face already.
Lucky for you, I've got a gap in my schedule and a soft spot for that lost puppy look.
I tell her that this is just how my face looks, but that doesn't seem to lower her excitement for me at all. She tells me that she'd love to show me how things work in this house, and I feel very grateful for that. But the intro scene doesn't last for long because I am told to talk to the magnifying glass lady next, who looks and acts like a true detective.
You're not a suspect, are you?
Of course, she immediately starts mistaking me for a suspect, but I try to play it cool and tell her that I will do my very best to make this house a better place. And I guess that made her lower her guard around me. She then introduces me to the Roomies feature, which basically gives me hints about the whereabouts of other hidden objects in this house. So my last candidate for today is Betty, my bed.
How strange then, that the beauty standing before you feels so familiar, even though you're certain you've never seen her in your life.
This beautiful lady is described as oddly familiar and comforting to me, and yet it's making me slightly uncomfortable. How did I not know my bed that I have been sleeping with for years?
It's a shame for someone as cute as you to be alone for so long, isn't it? Will you be bringing someone back here anytime soon?
Either way, this girl is moving a little too fast in my opinion, so I simply tell her that I will see her later. And this wraps up my very first chaotic day with all my household objects hitting on me. The next day, I ask Maggie for more hints on how to find more culprits. She then points me to several ones: the books, the shower, and the shadows, with the shadows certainly sounding like the most intriguing one of them. So I first check out the entire house to get to know more candidates, though I am kind of wondering what on earth I'm even doing here in the first place. Anyway, for some odd reason, the shower really draws my attention. I heard they are a singer and I really like singing, so it felt like a natural choice.
No, I'm just here, perpetually stuck in this humdrum, go-nowhere existence. Do you know how that makes me feel?
I quickly regret my decision though, as Johnny Splash turns out to be quite the tortured artist, trapped and isolated in the bathroom with not much purpose in life. I really feel him, but I'm still wondering when he's going to be done rambling. And at some point I stop listening to his never-ending monologue and I just hope for the conversation to end quickly. As I keep searching through the house, I spot an unusual shadow, and I finally get to meet.
There's a presence in the room with you. You're sure of it. But you can't make anything out in the darkness.
As the light fades and dusk draws, all hope becomes despair. For I am XXX Shadowlord 420XXX.
His handle sure makes him even more frightening. He tells me his true potential has yet to be unleashed and that he's been looking for a companion all this time. Apparently, it's all platonic if that's what you were wondering too. He keeps going on about the essence of darkness, some dark ritual, and the great cataclysm. Whatever that means, but somehow I'm fascinated and I keep pretending I know what he's on about. He really seems to appreciate my company and bids me farewell until the next time we meet in the shadows. This was certainly a unique encounter, but I'm still looking for something even more thrilling. Someone more sharp. Kitchen knives. This tall, mysterious knife man seems to be fully absorbed in his work, so much so that he fails to even notice me. Okay, now we are talking. It is always the quiet, reserved ones that get me. And don't worry, I will come by tomorrow and make sure this man notices me. The next day, I'm back in the kitchen to talk to the knife man, or shall I say, dishes man.
Unfortunately, I am unable to do much in my current condition. I prefer to work alone, but an assistant would be invaluable in this moment.
Since I am pretty eager to get to know him, I generously offer him my help.
As you work, you feel Daisuke's eyes boring holes into you. It makes you feel...
Nervously, I take care of the dishes as Daisuke stares holes into my soul. He seems deeply impressed and tells me to be ready for my next job as his assistant, but let's leave it at that for today. So which household object would you date and why? Tell me in the comments, and if you liked this silly video, subscribe for more cozy chaos and romance on my channel. But that's it from me. Have a wonderful day and take care. And once again, I would like to thank our lovely members: Danny, MJ, Ty, Liana, Faye, and Mandy. I am honestly so happy how far this community has come.